Okay, so this is what our world is so far, but this is what it will be. However, before we can do any of that, we need to do some material gathering. We're gonna be needing cobblestone, stone brick, deep slate bricks, tough block, blackstone bricks, spruce logs, oak logs, purple stained glass, dark oak, leaves, and many, many more. Currently, I have some of the materials from our other adventures, so we best get to farming. Alright, there we go. Now I think I have everything to build this place. Okay, so now that I have the materials, aka the stone, it's time to start our first project. Yeah, I gotta finish off this cliffside. My plan is to do the exact same thing I did over here, so we should probably start by mining it all out so that there's an overhang like there is over there. Alright, so I believe I've terraformed this area enough. Now we just have to do all of the stone work, which isn't gonna take long at all. Alright, now I think this looks good. I just have to add the minute details, aka the stone stairs and the slabs, just to make it more of a cliff, but other than that, we finally have this project done, so that's one crossed off our list. Okay, so our first building project is gonna be the villager cave, which I think I'm gonna put right... Oh boy. I'm gonna put it here. Oh, this is gonna be a lot more work than I thought. You guys eat grass, right? Could you remove all of this for me if I let you out? Will you do that for me? Actually, we didn't sign go back in there. We didn't sign a contract. Go. Nope. This is a problem. So for those of you who escaped, and now that they're all dead, time to excavate out this area and move y'all, which is probably not gonna be fun, but hey, well, we'll try it. Oh, I'm about to open up the floodgates. All right, everybody, follow the... Wow. All right, we're just gonna... Hope you guys fit through this spot over here. There's a few of you. Okay. All right, now that they're over there, we can actually clear out this cave and get to work. Okay, so the cave part is actually complete. Now we just have to add in the little stuff, like all of these guys here, slabs and stairs. This place should be good to go for some villagers. I'm just gonna clear out some areas where they can like actually sit. Okay, wow, this place actually turned out a lot better than I thought. I mean, we have some lanterns lighting it up now, so hopefully no mobs will spawn in here, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 spots for villagers, which is plenty more than I thought, and honestly, it looks pretty sick. I really like this area, and I cannot wait to put villagers in here, but you know what, they're a hazard for another day. And now that the villager cave is done, it's time to put a castle right here. Not like a gigantic castle that I plan to put over there eventually. I mean one that can be my storage room. So my idea is to clear out like a giant wall of this section so that the castle is like put up against this mountainside here, so that I don't actually have to build a giant castle. Instead, it's more or less just the front of it. Alright, this is like a flat surface now, so we can kind of build on it. My idea is to do a tower here, a wall with an entrance, and then another tower so that it looks semi-castle-like. Alright, so the idea now is set. We have one tower here, the wall with an entrance that I should probably put here. Oh, that's uneven. Oh, that's gonna bug me. Give me a second. Now it's even. So we have one tower here that's going to be similar to that one right there, and then one that's more like a castle guard tower that you can shoot out of, but I won't be using it as the cliff is going to basically fall onto this so that I can make a giant room here, not too far off from the cave where I can store all of my chests. But first, time to work on the first gradient I've ever done in my life with all of these blocks going from... Oh, I was supposed to start with tiles. Oh, give me a minute. now we start work on the gradient, which, again, first one I'm ever gonna do, so we're gonna take it slow. Okay, well, I'm gonna take it slow. You guys will not be seeing slow. I'm sure whatever you guys are seeing right now is probably pretty cool. Maybe I'm just talking to myself and you guys aren't even here. Oh, that would suck. Okay, so the castle's actually done. Well, at least this part of it. We still have the interior to do, which is gonna be fun. Very similar to the villager thing that we did over there. But I think it turned out really well. The gradient's a little off, but that's okay. And then next up is the interior, which is gonna be a chest room, as I explained before. And you should be able to see my idea on screen right now, which it's gonna take a little while, and we're gonna have to clear out a lot of area for this, huh? So I best get to work, and you guys will see it now. And this is the final result of our chest room, and I think it looks amazing. I still have a lot to do because I haven't organized any of it, put any of the item frames up or anything like that, but overall, the shell of it's done. I have a lot more to do organization-wise, but we'll get to that later. This is not an organizing video. This is a building video. All right, so our next area is farming, and this is what it currently looks like. However, this is what it will look like. But for that to happen, there's a lot of work that needs done. But eventually, these guys will have their new home. First step to completing this farmland is getting a path set in stone where we're going to be able to walk through our 2 separate animal barns and a couple farms that we're going to lay out. And now that we have our semi-constructed path done, we're going to start working on the animal barns where, well, our cows and hopefully sheep. We might get sheep. Maybe it'll all just be cows. But for now, our cows will be living. So we're going to, start outlining these. And they're going to be pretty small, but just large enough that I don't have to worry about overpopulation. And this is what our first animal barn is going to be looking like. We're going to basically copy and paste this and put one right over here, and then put a farm here and a farm here, do some decorations, that kind of stuff, and you'll actually get to see a really cool final product, and this area is going to look much better with more than just the house here. Alright, and now that the upstairs area is complete farmland-wise, we still have one more objective before we can fully walk away from this area. And that happens to be the Rugrats. How cooperative are you guys gonna be? Anyone like hay? Oh, there we go. Alright, follow me. Alright, you guys weren't that difficult. And I guess I'll reward some of you with this wheat. Whatever, I'll give in. Okay, there. Now we have our cows up here. Still have one barn to fill, but we'll do that at a later date. And now it's time to move on to our next project, which is this really awesome barn, or right now, the layout of it. Now, it's been a minute since I've actually built a barn, and this is gonna be a very weird shaped barn, but I wanted to be able to do some exterior designs. I don't even know how high I want this thing. Like I said, been a minute since I've done a barn. I think this pattern actually looks really, really good, and I also plan on using cobbled deep slate as the top of it, or the roof of the barn. Maybe I will. That's the plan right now. All right, I'm not actually hating that. I think that looks like a barn. However, if this is gonna be a barn, I'm gonna need to do a lot more, so I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, now that we have our actual barn done, this thing turned out way, way better than I expected. I mean, it looks really, really nice. I did a lot of just random design work on the interior and exterior, so I think it looks really cool. The entrance is quite sick in my opinion. And then we have just like your random stuff like fencing. You've got some, I guess, manure. I don't know, maybe just extra dirt. Storage area, some foliage, and then all of up here is just the hay bales, so that works out pretty nicely. And then next up is a couple farms. And with a wave of my magic shovel, boom, now we actually have a farm. And now for our second farm, boom. So with these two amazing and huge farms, we're gonna have a lot of seeds and a lot of profit in wheat, hopefully. So what we're gonna be doing next is silos, which we're gonna be building out of copper. Not that I exactly have a plan for how these are supposed to look, because silos are something I've never really done before, but I figured we'd try another copper block area because we did it over there and it looks really, really nice with that tower, so copper silos it is. And I know something about silos that we can't really do in Minecraft, and that's round off the top unless I do like the cut copper. So I think what we're just gonna do is lay out a lot of spruce wood at the top of here and just hope that it kind of works. Alright, that's actually a really good first silo. It's better than I thought, and with this thunderstorm looming, I don't want everything I've ever worked for to just burn down, so we're gonna sleep this night away, and hopefully nothing's already been struck by lightning. Now with the second silo, we're gonna make it just a little bit bigger, probably about this tall, maybe one, I'd say about this tall, and we'll add in everything that we added before and make a very nice roof. Alright, look at that. 2 amazingly awesome grain silos already done for when these farms give us a huge profit, which I know they will in the future. And this area is very much so done. We just have a couple trees hopefully growing around here and bone meal to do, which I don't have any bone meal at all, which means I'll have to get that later, and that's another process for another time. Okay, so this is where I'll be building the blacksmith forge. I already have all of the supplies I need to start this, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so layout is complete. I think this looks good. I don't need it to be very large, and this area should function well as a forge. Okay, maybe this area will function well as a forge. Then this will be the actual house where the blacksmith, who is non-existent, lives. Alright, that's actually a pretty nice awning now that I think about it. I did a good job, you know, pat myself on the back. Now, I think this is a very convincing furnace for blind people, so we might fix that later. The house, however, needs a lot more work, and the picture I'm looking at is supposed to be made of oak, so we'll work with this. I don't want to judge too quickly, but that looks horrible. Give me a second. Alright, now that's looking a bit better. I still don't... you know what? We'll work with it. Okay, so like, yeah, it looks a little off roof-wise from down here. But I still think it looks pretty good. I'll be right back. Oh wow, that's a big difference. I raised that up a bit. Probably should give it a bit more backbone. And did the iron bars and fences there, and that turned out a lot better than I expected. I also added some stones around the outside, and glass. I'll be right back. Huh. I did not expect it to turn out this well. This is much nicer than I expected. Huh. This is cool. This is really cool. All right, well, the blacksmith forge is done. I mean, I don't have an interior design for it yet. I did a little ceiling stuff, but it's probably going to stay blank. I won't lie. I have no use for the interior of this yet, so we're just going to let it be. I mean, it kind of works on its own, and it ties really well into the area. And with the video kind of coming to a close, we have one last area, and this is going to be the enchantment table room. Alright, so for the enchantment table, I've decided to do something different. You know Stonehenge, right? Imagine that in Minecraft. Before I build this, let me just... With all of these materials here, I should be able to accomplish a pretty decent stone edge. Or is it hedge? Edge? Probably hedge. Alright, we're gonna make an elevated platform for the enchantment table to sit on. Alright, so small update, really minuscule. Yeah, I've done no work at all. The platform is now complete. I believe that this is level... Okay, so now level 30 enchantment table is complete with a few staggered rocks on the outside. I think I'm gonna do another big one here, and then maybe an archway. I don't think this is turning out like Stonehenge, and I'm pretty sure I just introduced magic into this world, but that's okay. know what? This turned out a lot better than I expected. I mean, from a distance, it kind of looks a little cluttered. Maybe from over here, it doesn't look so bad. Oh, yeah, you know what? That actually looks pretty good. And now every single aspect of this village has been done. Enchant, storage room, farms, a barn with really cool silos, actually. I really like those. We have a blacksmith for probably no purpose. The mining area with the crane that leads down to the water. Animal barns that are currently probably kind of occupied. And some more farms up here with our starter home. I can't think of anything else to put in this village with the, well, room that I have. Oh, well, actually, I did forget one thing. The villager cave, which we will fill up eventually. I believe the last part of our journey now is pathways, probably some leaves, like those, and a lot of bone meal. And for all those elements, you're seeing those go by very, very quickly from an overhead view, which makes it look a lot cooler than it is. This video took so long, so if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button down below and subscribing to the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. And turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload the next video. But with that, the entire village has been completed. We have every area done, and I think that finishes off one of my favorite hardcore videos. Consider clicking on one of these videos to continue your WelcominTV indoctrination, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, you're still here. Now you actually are obligated to subscribe. Well done.